こんにちは。Hello, I'm Izumi Hasegawa, the head priest of the Shinto shrine of Shusse Inari in America. This evening, we hold 原爆犠牲者慰霊祭, the memorial ceremony and 平和祈願祭, peace prayer for the spirits of those who were killed 81 years ago when the atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. During this ceremony, we pray for the mitama of those who died in the bombing, and we also renew our commitment to world peace. 81 years ago, the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, along with their inhabitants, were destroyed by the atomic bomb. It was the first time and hopefully the last time humankind used atomic bomb. The people who were killed were mainly civilians. This included many children. They suffered with very bad burns and much pain. Those who survived deal with a life of pain and the health issues caused by radiation. They pass on genetic damage to the next generations, making survivors' families the target of discrimination. The suffering still continues today. This evening's closing talk is open to the public. We welcome Mr. Kōsei Mito as this year's esteemed guest speaker. Mito-san was in utero at the time of the bombing, making him one of the youngest A-bomb survivors, hibakusha. He has dedicated himself to making a change in the world. Mito-san worked as a high school English teacher. After retirement, he became a volunteer guide at the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park. Using his skill in teaching and his knowledge about the A-bomb, he has been educating people overseas about the realities of the A-bomb for nearly 20 years. For his work towards peace, he received a Citizen of the Year award in 2023. He hopes that world opinion will lead to abolition of inhumane weapons and to sow the seeds of peace. We are very grateful to have him here to share his story and experiences. An atomic bomb was dropped on the city of Hiroshima on August 6, 8:15 a.m., and on the city of Nagasaki on August 9, 11:02 a.m. Japan is 16 hours ahead of Los Angeles. Right now, it is August 6 in Japan. We are now approaching 4:15 p.m., which is 8:15 a.m. in Japan. On August 6, 1945 at 8:15 a.m., an atomic bomb was dropped over the city of Hiroshima and 80,000 people died almost instantly, including babies, children, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, grandmothers, grandfathers, husbands, wives, best friends, and pets, animals, plants. It is very sad to see the reality that there are still wars on this planet. It is already 21st century. Why people won't learn from the past? I thought humans were intelligent creatures who seek harmony and ways peacefully to understand each other. We participate in the Bells for Peace project, which is worldwide. Anyone may ring the bells at the time the bomb fell in the city of Hiroshima and Nagasaki to let people remember the history and pray for peace. So we combine our 1-minute silent prayer with Bells for Peace. Bells for Peace project is the legacy of our super volunteer, the late Richard Fukuhara, who was passionate about peace activities because he was moved by the stories from Hiroshima and Nagasaki survivors. Now let's bow our heads in silent prayer. 黙祷。 ありがとうございました。We will hold 1 minute of silent prayer 黙祷 for Nagasaki on August 8th, 7:02 p.m. Pacific Daylight Saving Time. Please join us in prayer wherever you are. We will now start 原爆犠牲者慰霊祭 and 平和祈願祭 for the 81st anniversary of the atomic bombs and peace prayer.
Konbanwa, thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Archer in the Rocky Mountains and I'm a volunteer for the shrine. I'll be sharing shrine information before and after the ceremony. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Before we start, I'd like to go over some basic Shinto shrine and ceremony etiquette. Please do not wear hats, caps, or sunglasses. Let's also refrain from talking, texting, drinking, or eating during the ceremony. And lastly, please remember to silence or turn off your cell phone until the ceremony is completed. When you're participating in a Shinto ceremony, you should conduct yourself as if you were meeting someone very important in a formal situation. If you ask someone you really respect for a favor, you would be very polite and on your best behavior. Behaving in this way is paying respect to Kami-sama. If you were participating in the ceremony in person, you would face the altar during the ceremony. Since we are not all together, we ask that you face in the direction of Los Angeles, California instead. During the ceremony, we ask you to follow traditions such as standing up and or performing or holding bows, but if health issues prevent you from doing this, it's okay to remain seated. If possible, please perform the actions such as bows as if you were standing. Please follow the tradition of making osaisen, donations. Your contributions make this and other ceremonies possible. Let's take a moment to thank all the volunteers for helping our shrine. They provide a helping hand from around the world. Arigatou gozaimasu for your contributions. Although it may look like there are a lot of names on the screen, running a global shrine is not easy. Each person has a limited amount of time, so we'd greatly appreciate more dedicated volunteers to help. Volunteering will increase your knowledge of Shinto and contribute to a stronger bond with Kami-sama. All volunteers have said they learned things about Shinto through their volunteer work which they can't learn in other ways. We're looking for on-site Los Angeles volunteers especially to help with shipping and in-person events, as well as a remote fundraising volunteer. For anyone looking to establish their community contribution, perhaps for college application or community service hours in general, this is a great opportunity. I hope you'll join us.
In January 2025, we launched our mobile Shinto shrine campaign and raised $14,430. ありがとうございます。Thank you very much. These funds will go towards securing a vehicle for the world's first mobile Shinto shrine. We are now launching the Kitsune Club 放参会, a supporters program where contributors directly support our fundraising effort. With this Kitsune Club program, we opened the Shrine's Rent Support Division beside of the world's first mobile Shinto shrine. If we had a dedicated public shrine location, we could hold this Irei-sai memorial ceremony in person and have the guest speaker on site. So we are a 501c3 non-profit organization, so your donations are tax deductible. Before the ceremony starts, I would like to share the story of my great-great-uncle again. He was a Guji, head priest of Shirakata Tenmangu in Matsue, but he was in Hiroshima at the time when the bomb was dropped. He was pushed to the ground by the person behind him, and because he was on the ground, he could see the air raid shelter ahead. He rushed to get inside the shelter before the black rain fell, and he avoided being soaked by the poisonous water. Because he was Kannushi, a Shinto priest, he was asked to hold the funeral services for the people who died, who killed from the bomb. Every day, hundreds of bodies were brought to his location. Every day, he held funeral ceremonies for hundreds of bodies. In Shinto, a funeral consists of a series of funeral ceremonies with many programs, as I talked about in the closing talk in previous time. I'm sure due to many things being burned out and damaged by the bomb, he had to omit many programs and ceremonies that are normally held during funerals. He must have felt sorry and disrespectful that he could not perform the funerals completely. I'm sure he held ceremonies many times in a day because so many people were killed. After most of the other people returned to their hometowns, he stayed in Hiroshima for a year to continue holding funeral ceremonies before he could return to his hometown in Matsue, where I'm from. After he came back home for the rest of his life, whenever he drank sake, the white hand marks showed up on his back. He said, I could not thank the owner of the hands enough. I am alive because he pushed me. この人のおかげで私は生きている。Today, we hold this memorial ceremony with all the ceremonial parts. Please remember, many people did not receive the complete funeral services they should have due to the war. Please pray for their mitama, spirits, peace with sincerity. Now we will begin 原爆犠牲者慰霊祭平和祈願祭 Peace Prayer, the 81st anniversary of the atomic bombs. Purification. お供え物と参列者の汚れを払うために、お祓いの神様に汚れを払う祈願の歌を読み、大草を振って汚れを払います。読んでいる間および払われている間は、起立して頭をお下げください。
To purify the offerings and participants, the priest recites a prayer and waves a purification wand. While the priest is reciting the prayer to the spirits of purification, Kami-sama, please stand up, perform a medium bow, and hold the bow. The priest will wave the purification wand over participants 4 times, once for each of the cardinal directions. When your turn comes, please stand up, perform a shallow bow, and hold the bow. Your turn depends on your direction from the shrine, which is located in Los Angeles. For example, if you are located north of Los Angeles, you will stand up and bow in the direction of Los Angeles while the priest waves the purification wand facing north.
Please stand up and perform a medium bow and hold the bow until the priest asks you to be seated. かけまくもたしこきいざなぎの狼つくしのひむかの立花の音の萩原に急ぎ腹へ玉石時になりませる腹へどの狼たちもろもろのまがごと積み汚れあらんおば腹へたまい清めたまえと申すことを聞こしめせとかしこみかしこみも申す。Please raise your head and please be seated. I will now wave this purification wand to nose. Please stand up, perform a shallow bow and a hoda bow. Please be seated. I will now wave this purification wand to east. Please stand up, perform a shallow bow and a hoda bow. Please be seated. I will now wave this purification wand to south. Please stand up, perform a shallow bow and a hoda bow. Please be seated. I will now wave this purification wand to west. Please stand up, perform a shallow bow and a hoda bow. Please be seated. Iっぱい A single bow 開始の挨拶のいっぱいを神様に向かってします。神主に合わせて参列者も起立していっぱいします。
A bow to pay our respects to Kami-sama, nature spirits, and to inform them the ceremony is beginning. Stand up and perform a deep bow along with the priest.
Please stand up. I'm gonna count down 3, 2, 1, deep bow. Please be seated. Kensen, presentation of the offerings. 神様にお供え物を捧げます。
Presentation of the offerings to Kami-sama, nature spirits.
祭祀奏上、プレイヤー。原爆の惨状を伝え、犠牲になった方々の御霊が安らかなることを願い、世界平和を決意する祭祀を読みます。読んでいる間は起立して頭を下げてください。
This prayer conveys our wishes to Kami-sama, nature spirits, for bringing peace to their spirits, mitama, of the people who were killed by the atomic bombs, and describes how brutal the reality was as well as our determination for world peace. Stand up, perform a medium bow, and hold the bow while the priest is reading the prayers.
Please stand up and perform a medium bow and hold a bow. かけまくも賢きアメリカ出世稲荷神社の前に長谷川泉かしこみももさ大神を地方よりおろがみ祭る諸人らは広島長崎にありて原爆の犠牲となりし人々の御霊和みと平和祈願の御祭りを伝え祭らんとする友柄なり今し世にありてもいさかい絶えざるは痛ましきこと昭和旗とせ初き無有かの広島同じくここかの長崎は原子爆弾に襲われぬかしこみもすPlease be seated. 玉串拝礼リチャールブランチオファリン神様への感謝の気持ち、決意、祈願を込めた玉串を捧げ拝礼します。参列者は代表者に合わせて自席にて起立して拝礼します。
We solemnly offer the tamagushi with our gratitude, wishes, and determination to Kami-sama, nature spirits. While your representative is offering tamagushi, please stand up. Imagine in your mind that you are offering tamagashi in person with a message of gratitude and your wishes and determination to Kami-sama, nature spirits. Then perform 2 deep bows, 2 claps, and a final deep bow synchronized with your representative.
I'm your representative this evening. I will guide you through each step of this ritual. During the ritual, imagine you are offering the tamagashi in person. Please stand up. Just pick up tamagashi and walk into altar. Rotating tamagashi and holding tamagashi both hands. Please say message to Kami-sama in your heart. Rotating tamagashi. Place tamagashi on the back. Please synchronize with me. First deep bow, 3, 2, 1, deep bow. Second deep bow, 3, 2, 1, deep bow. First clap, 3, 2, 1. Second clap, 3, 2, 1. And one last time deep bow, 3, 2, 1, deep bow. Please be seated. Descent, removal of the offerings. 神様へのお供え物を捧げます。
Removal of the offerings to Kami-sama, nature spirits.
一杯、シングバー。終了の挨拶の一杯を神様に向かってします。神主に合わせて参列者も起立して一杯します。
A bow to pay our respects to Kami-sama, nature spirits, and to inform them the ceremony is finished. Stand up and take a deep bow along with the priest.
Please stand up. Gonna count down 3, 2, 1, deep bow. Please be seated. Closing the ceremony. 原爆犠牲者慰霊祭、平和祈願祭を無事終了いたしました。神主がご挨拶をします。
We finished the memorial ceremony and peace prayer safely. The priest will now address the participants.
We welcome Mr. Kōsei Mito as this year's esteemed guest speaker. Mito-san was in utero at the time in the bombing, making him one of the youngest A-bomb survivors, Hibakusha. He has been a volunteer guide at the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park for nearly 20 years, for which he received the Citizen of the Year Award in 2023. He hopes the world opinion will lead to abolition of inhumane weapons. We are very grateful to have him here to share his story and experiences. And a special thanks to technical support at 株式会社 Soara Service Inc. for helping connecting Mito-san's Zoom setup for this presentation. Today's closing talk will be presented by our guest speaker, Mr. Kōsei Mito. Kōsei Mito-san. Mito-san is an in utero hibakusha, which means he was exposed to the atomic bomb while he was still in his mother's womb. He has been a hibakusha since birth. Hibakusha means an atomic bomb survivor. For more than 20 years, Mito-san has volunteered almost every day as an English-speaking guide at Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park. He rides his bicycle for about 40 minutes from his home to the park, where he shares the reality of the atomic bombing and his own personal experience with visitors from around the world. In 2023, he was honored with the Citizen of the Year Awards by Citizen Watch in recognition of his many years of dedicated service. Mr. Mito-san, thank you very much for joining us today.
Well, thank you for inviting me to the ceremony.
Thank you. So could you let us know how many international visitors you have guided over the years?
So almost 100,000 foreign visitors from 185 different countries.
Oh, it's so many people. So do you have any memorable stories about the reaction you've received from international visitors?
One of the most frequent question is, do you have any grudge against US or Americans? All the American people want to know this.
So you're gonna talk about that answer in your presentation, right?
Of course.
So this presentation is a valuable opportunity for us to learn about the reality of the atomic bombing from someone who experienced it firsthand. So Mito-san, please begin your presentation. Thank you.
Let me tell you my family story. First, my family began to live in the center of Hiroshima more than 300 years ago. But as everyone knows, it was very dangerous to live in the big cities. Not only big cities and small cities attacked with conventional firebombs. So my family had already evacuated to the safe countryside where my grandparents lived. And the bomb exploded. My grandfather and my mother's father and my father were working in the center. And my mother, 4 months pregnant with me, came back here to know what happened to our original house without knowing the existence of radiation. But you should know, 2 days after the bombing, Japanese scientist Professor Nishina had already detected the evidence to prove what happened here is because of atomic bomb. But Japanese leaders are hiding it for a long time. Much later, we knew what happened here is because of atomic bomb and danger of radiation. let me tell you what happened to my family members. Okay, you should know almost of the survivors have weak immunity to any kind of disease. So I was exposed to a strong radiation in my mother's womb. So I was very weak in my childhood. For instance, I was absent from school almost 1 month every year. But now I'm healthy. That's why I'm at the dorm every day. My mother developed bladder cancer twice. And at the age of 90, she suddenly began to cry, kill me, almost all night. And she was hospitalized. And she was bedridden for a long time. But she had a very strong mind and she became well. But 2 years ago, she became wheelchair bound and entered nursing home. And she died 1.5 years at the age of 106. So her death was reported almost all the Japan, especially on the newspaper. This is one of the newspaper, Yomiuri Shimbun. It said 106-year-old atom bomb survivors who continued believing in a nuclear-free world died. And on the bottom, her son said, I will firmly inherit my mother's thoughts. That's why I'm always guiding, as a volunteer guide at the door. My father was a superman. He was in the schoolhouse as a teacher. But luckily, he was in a schoolhouse. He was not exposed to heat rays at all, but he stayed there 2 days looking for a missing student. Of course, he was exposed to a lot of strong radiation. But luckily, no physical problem happened. But like many others, he couldn't speak anything about his experience because of mental trauma. He died at the age of 93. Really Superman. But most tragic thing happened to my mother's father. He was too close, just 600 meters from the hypocenter. Luckily, he was alive and he came back like a ghost. And he reached home at night. So his symptom is incredible. You can see the picture of young soldier in the museum. He was 1 kilometer from here. My grandfather developed the typical symptom like this, called spots of death. The other is a shot from the video in the museum. The expression said, mucous membrane in the stomach and the intestine peeled off. So 10 days later, many purple spots appeared and he died, vomiting a distant thing. So 27 days later, he died at the age of 52. This is one of the most important information. Very few know this. Even if you live in Hiroshima, it's impossible to see this certificate to prove I'm a survivor. Very few staff and can see this. So it means very few Japanese know the definition of able survivors even now. This is mine. Okay? You can see the name. And merit of having this is we don't have to pay a part of medical expenses. It's a compensation by Japanese government. But even now, some survivors don't want to have this. They are afraid of being discriminated against. Even now, some Japanese believe the genetic effects on the 3rd generation, but no evidence to prove this. As you know, most of the previous discrimination stem from ignorance, poor knowledge, and poor information. How to get this? It's very difficult to get this. We have to prove that we belong to one of the 4 classes, and we need at least 2 witnesses to prove this. Family members cannot be witnesses. They often tell lies. Who belong to each 4 class? My father belonged to the 1st class. They were directly exposed by strong radiation. My mother belonged to the 2nd class. They were exposed to a very strong residual radiation. And my aunt and grandmother stayed in the countryside. They never entered here, but they touched many victim bodies for treating, cremating. But nothing happened to them. They belong to the 3rd class, and I belong to the 4th class. Strangely, half of the survivors belong to the 1st class. So this is one of the most frequent questions, as I said, okay? Do the survivors hate Americans? According to the research done by NHK in 1950, only 23% of the survivors have grudge against the US or Americans, but they seldom express their feelings. Most of the survivors think it was a war, the nuclear war, that caused such suffering, and wish to hand over the world free of war and nuclear weapons to the descendants. They think, this is very important, they think grudges create only a chain of retaliation. But this is also important. Survivors are now strongly blaming the nuclear states, for they are not aggressive to give up nuclear weapons, believing nuclear deterrence. Why I am here at the dome every day? So it's my duty to tell the facts they want to know. And I have a strong belief world opinion will lead to the abolition of nuclear weapons. So I want to guide as many people as possible to tell the reality of atom bomb. So my message is no more Hiroshimas. Lastly, I want to tell everything you want to know, but the time is limited. So the best way to know all the facts you want to know is read my blog. My blog gives you all the information you want to know. Please scan this. Thank you for listening to me.
ありがとうございました、ミトさん。Thank you so much for your
Not at all.
presentation. So we have learned a lot about the reality of what people experience from the atomic bombing. And next year, our shrine is planning to organize a tour to Hiroshima, which is located next to Shimane, where our parent shrine is located. And we sincerely hope to meet Mr. Mito-san in person and have an opportunity to hear his guide at the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park.
I'm looking forward to see
Yeah.
you.
Yes.
there.
Oh, thank you. And then
I hope I'll keep myself fit.
yeah. So it's in person. It's more, impact to learn what you want to tell us, and then also step in the memorial park. It affect us to deeply think about what atomic bomb did it for us, the human. So many years, Mito-san has been planting the seeds of peace by sharing his experience, the truth of the atomic bombing with people from around the world. So today we have received those seeds of peace from Mito-san. So we receive it.
Thank you.
So now it is our turn to plant those seeds
Yeah.
and share the lesson
I hope
we have
you
learned
will do it.
about what war has brought to humanity. So human beings are easy to forget. So even today, wars continue to take place in different parts of the world. So therefore, please remember what you heard in today's Mito-san's presentation and share this message with your family, your friend, your community, your work, your neighbor, whoever you encounter. Please hand this piece of seeds to them. So
The
Mito-san,
last what I want to tell you is,
yes,
we cannot change the past, but we can change the future. And all of us have responsibility for the future. That's why we should learn what we did, human history, not to repeat the same mistakes. Thank you.
yes. So human beings so easy to forget. Even me, I don't remember what I had yesterday's breakfast. So, but this really important things, the war is not good at all. So we have to remember that, and we pass that history to next generation. So,水戸さんありがとうございました。これからもお元気で。
ありがとうございました。
はい、お元気で。
ありがとう。またお会いしましょう。
はい、ありがとうございました。
りがとう
Thank you. In Hiroshima and Nagasaki, 150,000 people were killed in the initial attack. By the end of the year, thousands more had died from the bomb's effects, including American, Australian, Dutch, Chinese, Koreans, and people of other nationalities. Even those who survived suffered greatly from health issues caused by radiation and passing on genetic damage to the next generation. We don't know exact number, but let's say 200,000 people died by the end of 1945, which is almost the same population of Salt Lake City, Utah. So what if all people in Salt Lake City die at the end of this year? This is what Hiroshima and Nagasaki experienced. This is the city of Hiroshima now. People say no plants will grow there for the next 75 years. But 81 years later, there are beautiful green plants growing everywhere. So it appears that Hiroshima recovered, but this is only a surface appearance because they are still suffering. Nagasaki is the same. I asked some of my friends who are parents and or teachers to talk about this memorial ceremony and get their children to participate. I asked this because I want the younger generation to know what happened in the past to prevent repeating this tragedy. But the friend's answer was, the kids are on summer vacation. So my response was, they can enjoy summer vacation because of peace. 81 years ago, children in Hiroshima and Nagasaki did not have summer vacation. Most of them died during that bombing. Even for those who survived, there were no summer vacation because they are fighting for their lives. Present day, children in Hiroshima and Nagasaki attend school for the ceremony, even though it is in the middle of summer vacation, to remember those who were killed in that war, so they will be motivated to prevent a repeat of the war.
Our next live stream is on August 8th, 7 p.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. We will hold a silent prayer with bells for peace. Like we did today, the priest will ring the Kagura bells at the time the bomb was dropped on Nagasaki. We hope you can join us with your family and friends to pray for peace together. If you are not online at that time, please set the timer on your alarm and take a moment to pray for peace, especially with young people.
This is the conclusion of the 原爆犠牲者慰霊祭、平和祈願祭 and peace prayer for the 81st anniversary of the atomic bombs. Thank you for Archer for joining live stream voiceover, and thank you for Sora to operate this live stream. For the ending of this stream, we introduced a song which made by the elementary school students in Hiroshima and Nagasaki together to wish the world peace. They sang this song together in front of Sanno Jinja in Nagasaki, where the famous half remains of the tree from atomic bomb, where they have saved the Hibaku tree that survived the atomic bomb. So please stay safe and be well and peace. May the 神様 be with you. ありがとうございました。
青い空は伝えてと言った自由と勇気と希望白い雲は伝えてと言った何にも染まらぬ綺麗な心虹色の木は伝えてくれたたくましく力強く生きること白い鳥を伝えてくれた原爆と戦争の小さを私たちは伝えてく平和は作るものだから私たちは伝えてく平和は手で掴むものだから平和な空を広げよう世界は空でつながっている青い空を広げよう美しい地球の未来をみんなで作ろう黒い空は奪っていった家族と笑顔と夢を黒い雲は奪っていった活気のあったその素敵な街をでも虹色の木は伝えてくれた傷ついても立ち上がること白い鳥は教えてくれた助け合い思いやる心私たちは伝えてく平和は作るものだから私たちは伝えてく平和は